Good morning, YouTube. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day out there. Welcome to another episode of Life of Brian. In today's episode, an installment of 5 things, I'm doing 5 things I aggressively tolerate about my 2012 Mercedes SLS AMG. And just got this car fairly recently, so I haven't had too much time to play around with it and kind of experience everything it has to offer. But I definitely am going to fix that in the coming days. So let's just kind of dive right into the first thing. So it's probably pretty obvious, guys, but the first thing I aggressively tolerate about my Mercedes SLS AMG are these incredible gull-wing doors, which of course is an homage to the 300 SL Gullwing. Other than the DeLorean, I'm not really sure what other cars have the gull wings. I think there are some other Mercedes models that did, but again, not sure about that. But yeah, these doors just obviously give the car this amazing, presence and that certain je ne sais quoi, if you will. And I think I read in some article before I actually got the vehicle that, no matter what you pull up next to, a Lamborghini, McLaren, heck, maybe with the sole exception of an F1, I think as soon as you put these doors up, basically the other car kind of disappears. And it's just, you wouldn't really think it makes that much of a difference, but, seeing them in person, pulling them down, opening them up, again, it's a door, right? But it's kind of amazing. I have a McLaren, so I have the experience of having the scissor doors or the Lambo-ish doors, but I think the butterfly doors, but these are just, in a class of their own, and a very unique aspect of this SLS AMG, and gives it kind of that it factor that most cars will, never have because of that. So definitely the first thing I 100% aggressively tolerate about my 2012 Mercedes SLS AMG. The second thing that I aggressively tolerate about my 2012 Mercedes SLS AMG, guys, is this incredible 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. I believe at the time it was the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 of all time. And I don't know if it's been surpassed. It might have. Again, I'm not sure about that. But obviously after in later years, the AMG cars and really everything in Mercedes lineup went to like turbocharged or hybrid. So again, this is something that is, I believe, the last naturally aspirated V8 from Mercedes. Again, 563 horsepower, 0 to 60, I think, in 3.7 seconds. But again, let's just get a sample of this incredible V8. Do a cold start here. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Love that sound, guys. Let's close the door here. This car actually has a custom exhaust, but I believe even stock from videos I've seen, yeah, it still sounds amazing. So that is definitely the second thing that I aggressively tolerate about the SLS AMG. The third thing that I aggressively tolerate about my SLS AMG, guys, is the overall look, dimensions of the vehicle. I know for some people the long bonnet, if you will, the long hood is not really something that, it's maybe a kind of obviously a personal decision on a personal taste. I personally think it looks really, really great. It's unique. It stands out. Obviously, you have the SLR that had a very similar long hood, which was, again, the predecessor to this car. But it just gives the car a very unique, classy. Again, it's the successor to the 300 SL Gullwing, a modern interpretation of that, if you will, and very similar to the way that the first generation Ford GT was a perfect homage to the GT40. I think the SLS AMG kind of incorporates the spirit and a lot of the looks even the character of the 300 SL Gullwing, but of course puts its modern spin and interpretation of the car. And it's a beautiful car, I think. I had a 2004 Dodge Viper, and which also had like a very long bonnet, long hood, but obviously completely different look, vibe, character, feel to that car. Although ironically enough, I saw another vehicle that the rear three-quarter does kind of have a Viper S kind of feel and look to it. But yeah, love the look, love the dimensions of the SLS AMG, especially again that characteristic long hood, and definitely the third thing that I aggressively tolerate. Moving to the interior, guys. The fourth thing that I aggressively tolerate about the 2012 SLS AMG is the interior. Actually like the layout. I love the kind of carbon fiber bits here and here on the center, center control stack, if you will. Obviously around here, the shift lever, the carbon fiber looks very nice. The buttons are kind of slightly slanted, oriented towards the driver, which I think is a really cool touch. These buttons are for, this is for the drive mode, start, stop, traction control, the spoiler, and then this is basically kind of the M button, if you will, the AMG, which basically kind of stores your particular mode, drive mode, or how the particular specifications you like when driving the car, so you don't have to keep on doing it every single time. Seats are very nice. The leather is very good quality. The layout is very clean. I read that there was a lot of aviation inspiration or aviation inspired details in the cockpit, in the interior of the vehicle, which you definitely pick up. It's definitely a high quality Mercedes interior, as opposed to some of the mid 90s, early 2000 Mercedes, which were not actually the best quality. So I definitely think it's very simple, it's very clean, very classy. I think this will age very well, and I think that's definitely something that's a attribute of the car. And the fourth thing I aggressively tolerate about the SLS AMG. The fifth and final thing that I aggressively tolerate about my 2012 Mercedes SLS AMG, guys, is the fact that it is a unique car, not necessarily a super rare car. I believe there were about 1,800 coupes that were produced and shipped to North America during I think this was 2010 to 2014, I believe, is when these were in production. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, but I believe 1,800 of those were coupes for North America. And I forget the number of roadsters, maybe 600 or 700. The coupe definitely is more desirable and definitely holds its value more because the roadsters do not have the gull-wing doors. But yeah, as you guys who follow the channel know, that one of the things that I really kind of factor into deciding on what cars to get is I don't like the ubiquitous option, something that everyone has, even if it's there are a lot of great cars out there, and the reason why they're ubiquitous or they're very commonplace is they're great cars, whatever it may be. But I kind of like going the road less traveled. I like getting cars, and I'm not saying supercars or hypercars. It can be just something that a lot of people just don't get or don't buy, like my 3000 GT, like my Subaru SVX. I just like the road less traveled, and in this case, obviously, this is more of a sports car, supercar. But I like the fact that you do not see these on the road. I've never seen an SLS AMG on the road. I've never seen an SLR for that matter, but you won't see these a lot, either because they're garage queens or just they're just 1,800 spread out throughout the U.S., give or take. So I enjoy the fact that you are in something special. You are in something that is not every person in the neighborhood or everyone at the office is going to be driving in. So it makes you feel a little bit kind of special, if you will. But this car, again, it's beautiful. That 6.2 naturally aspirated V8, the gull-wing doors, the lineage of the SLR, the 300 SL Gullwing, just really this is one of those kind of stars aligned moments, I think, for the automotive industry, in particular Mercedes. And it's just a fantastic car. It's an icon. I think it's something that will definitely appreciate and gain value and appreciation. Of course, I don't get my cars for those reasons, but not a bad trade-off. Just on a quick side note, as I was shooting this vehicle, I dropped my key in between the seat and the center console there, and it was the dickens of a time for me to try to retrieve it. So I already have something available for my 5 things I violently oppose, but hey, no car is perfect, right? So I definitely will have more content about this vehicle in the coming days and weeks, guys. Hope you guys tune in and see it. And hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment below, like, and subscribe. Please support the channel. And I hope to catch you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.